Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvala Green here, and today we're going to be talking about a build for Multiverse the Flash. Multiverse the Flash is a character that was available in the arena seasons last season, and I hope you were able to unlock it. And right now I'm going to go ahead and tell you how to build him. The builds that I will be presenting will be for level 60 gear, since that I think is the most optimal point for a new player, at least for now. If you want to get them to level 70 gears, then you are on your own, but there will not be any major changes that will need to be made for the build in order to make the transition to level 70. Also, stick around until the end of the video, because after the build guide I will also talk about team compositions and artifacts that you might want to use for the character. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments, but please be very specific about your questions, because it's very easy for me to find your comment once and answer to it, but after I have done that once, further replies are going to be much harder for me to get to. If I haven't successfully answered your question, then just do another separate comment with another question, and I will gladly answer it. This is just for me to be 100% sure I will find your comment. So with all that being said, if you find this video helpful, I would really appreciate if you subscribed, and let's get into it. So first of all, Multiverse the Flash is going to be a combo builder because of the fact that he's got 3 fast attack hits. There are a few people that also build him as a damage dealer, but that's more like a niche pick, and I can't recommend that, since Multiverse Armored Supergirl is going to be a much better damage dealer than him, and he's going to be needed in her team, so his role will be of a tanky combo builder. The first build that we're going to be taking a look at will be pure combo builder, full tank stats, maximum fast attack chance, maximum defense, resistances, as high health as possible. And this build is going to perform amazingly in raids, and this build can, and also like the other build, can be used with any team comp that needs a combo builder, not only with the Multiverse team, though he will be a great support for the Multiverse team. Before we get into the build, I wanted to mention that this build is going to include calculations for maxed out Multiverse the Flash. With maxed out Multiverse the Flash, I understand epic talents, level 60 gears, level 70 character, 6-star character, and high rolls on gears. Keep in mind that if you don't have those things, you don't need to worry, because you can follow the guidelines of this build to slowly perfect your character and get him closer and closer to that optimal state. What I'm presenting you is going to be peak performance, but you can take your time and follow the steps of this guide slowly, as it is natural to do. So, as I have said, this build will focus on getting high defense, high resistances, high health, and high fast attack, and is going to focus on making him a great combo builder. So in order to go for this build, you will need to have the following. You'll need to have 3 defense talents, 3 resistances talents, 1 defense gear roll, 4 fast attack gear rolls, and 10 health gear rolls. For maxed out stats, you will have the following, and again by maxed out I mean level 60 gears with high rolls and with epic talents. You will have the following: 72% defense, 71% fast attack chance, 47,528 health, 60% resistances, and 3,420 attack. As I have said, this build is going to serve you very well, and is going to be very tanky for both raids and arena, and can be used with pretty much any team that is going to require a combo builder in order to function efficiently. And he's going to work as a great support for the Multiverse team, but we will talk about that later in the team comps. So this is the build. The next build I will be presenting will be a balanced build, where we also put in some attack. This build is going to be a safer build that I recommend you do as a new player, to be sure that your Multiverse Flash is going to survive as long as possible. The next build is going to be a build oriented a little bit more towards damage, but while still being a tanky combo builder. So if you're a new player, I recommend you go for this build. If not, you could go for the next build, because it's going to be a little bit more damage oriented with very slight changes to it. So yet again, great build for survivability and nice combo building, and will work in any team that requires a combo builder. Now getting into the next build, we'll have the balance build. The last one was the full combo builder build. This one will be the balance build. And while still being a combo builder and still having very high defensive stats, we will try to put in a little bit of attack in there in order for him to have a better performance as a standalone character in arena situations where your multiverse armored girl, let's say, dies and you need to kind of put in a little bit more damage. And also in raids, if you are going to use this, you're going to have to be a little bit more careful, though it's not much of a difference, but you will do a little bit more damage overall. So the build goes as following. You are going to need to have 3 defensive talents, 3 resistances talents, 1 defense gear roll, 4 fast attack gear rolls. So far it's just the same as the previous build, but you will need to have also 5 health gear rolls and 5 attack gear rolls. And if for maxed out stats, yet again level 60 gears, epic talents and high rolls on gears, you will end up with the following. 72% defense, 71% fast attack chance, 60% resistances, 34,928 health, and 4,670 attack. As we can see, the only difference is that on this one health is going to be a little bit lower and the attack is going to be a little bit higher. In both builds, I haven't included any critical attack chance or critical attack damage because of his passive, you will have much higher than the maximum critical attack chance. And because of he's always teamed up with Multiverse Armored Supergirl, he's always going to have also maxed out critical attack damage. So those are the builds. Let's get into the team compositions. The team compositions are going to be pretty much the same for both of the builds, not much of a difference depending on which one you go for, but it's worth mentioning the fact that if you are going to pair him up with a team that is not a multiverse team, then the first build might suit you a little bit better because he will not really benefit from that critical attack chance and critical attack damage from Multiverse Armored Supergirl. So, in terms of his multiverse teams, first of all, the most optimal teams will be the following. You'll need to have Multiverse Armored Supergirl, of course Multiverse the Flash, and Red Hood in order to hit Captain Cold in raids. You'll need Red Hood for the increase of time in the battle, because this team needs more time to do all the damage it can, and Multiverse the Flash will benefit from the critical attack chance and critical attack damage from Multiverse Armored Supergirl, and will also buff her up extremely well. He is a must-have in this team, and I will always pair him up with the Multiverse Armored Supergirl. But if you don't have Multiverse Armored Supergirl because her season was pretty hard or you didn't get to play it and for some reason you just have Multiverse the Flash, there's absolutely no problem, since you can pretty much pair him up with any other multiverse characters, and a good damage dealer replacement for Multiverse Armored Supergirl that I would recommend is going to be Black Lightning. And in terms of arena, it's going to be Multiverse the Flash with Multiverse Armored Supergirl and with Multiverse Green Arrow for that bonus health from Multiverse Green Arrow and for that chance to deal dot on the specials. Again, it's going to be performing amazingly for you in the arena. And if you are not going to pair him up with multiverse characters, you can also use him as a standalone combo builder for any other team comps that you might require a combo builder in. For example, you can easily use him as a combo builder in the Silver Banshee team, though it's most commonly seen to be using Reverse the Flash instead of him, because he's using the Multiverse team, but you can just replace Reverse the Flash with him if you don't need him in the Multiverse team. This was everything for the team comps. Now let's get into the artifacts. So in terms of the artifacts, the most beneficial artifact for you will be Cosmic Staff, because he's a combo builder and he needs to survive for as much time as possible. You can also use as a replacement for Cosmic Staff Claws of Horus or the All Blades if you really want to go one step further into boosting your overall damage, though I really recommend this only for the experienced players and maybe not do that in tier 8 or in places where you know that you'll take a lot of damage and you will need your tankiness. Other than that, most likely the Cosmic Staff will be the best artifact you can use on him, and in the arena, yet again, switch between those three as much as you like, but yet again the Cosmic Staff would be the most optimal because for your damage needs there will always be another damage dealer or Multiverse Armored Supergirl even. So those are the artifacts. This was everything for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will soon do another video on a budget multiverse team, so stay tuned for that. And the budget multiverse team will be a team where we don't use Multiverse Armored Supergirl or Multiverse the Flash or Multiverse Green Arrow, since they are a little bit harder to get than the others in the arena seasons, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. For any questions, leave them down below. Subscribe if you found this video helpful. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, and I'll see you in the next one.